to another video. So today we have Liam. He's back in the gym. Now he is preparing for a lot of upcoming fights. Liam again is a junior boxer, so he has to have all year round really good conditioning, both cardiovascular and muscular, for him to prepare himself to the best of his ability. He's going to have a lot of bouts coming up here, so it's really important that we stay on top of his conditioning. So today's workout is going to be really stimulating and imitating that fight, because what we have done is we have picked the air bike, the prowler, and an exercise called thrusters. Now the reason it's cardiovascular is because we're going to be really using that aerobic energy system, so using a lot of oxygen. But I'm going to explain a wee bit about the other energy systems that we'll also be using at the start. Basically, we're doing 30 seconds on the bike, 30 seconds on the prowler, and 30 seconds on the thrusters. We then take a 30-second rest, the same as Liam will be boxing, and then we repeat that for 3 rounds, a total fight. Like I said, it's going to test him out on how well he can perform over the 3 total rounds and what way he starts off and finishes, and that's the idea of how we're going to progress with this program. So we're going to get into the video now. Let's watch it. As you see, Liam starting off on the bike. Now you'll really be using here the anaerobic alactic system, and basically what that is an energy system that allows you to use ATP. You'll only be able to use it for a short amount of time, and then you're going to burn out. That fuel's going to be used up, so then you'll move on to the next system, and that's the anaerobic lactate system. And this here energy system will last a lot longer. I think it's anything between a minute to 2 minutes or so of reasonably high intensity. But again, you're going to burn out of that after a wee while. So round 1, he's going to be mainly using the first system and the second system to get by the first round. So he'll be starting off pretty fast, but he will eventually hit a wall. And by the end of the first round, he'll be feeling pretty fatigued, believe it or not, because he's really using them 2 systems, and they are going to burn out pretty fast. So after he moves on here to the thrusters, we are going to be taking a 30-second rest period, like I said, and then back into the workout again. So this here is an excellent cardiovascular workout for young amateur fighters. As you notice here, his form's coming on really well, so this is something obviously we've been working on a lot. So we're trying to get his squat better, and just his overhead press and his mobility as well, which is extremely important for a young amateur fighter. So we take a 30-second rest period here, and I asked him, I was giving him feedback, or he was giving me feedback, and I asked him how did he feel and stuff. And after the video, he was saying, you know, you were right. The first round I felt really exhausted. You know, and it's the same as even going back into a fight. Young fighters will feel really fatigued and really tired, and it takes them that wee 30-second rest period to use, then refuel the body and use the next energy system. In this round, he said to me that he felt the best in the second round, and in the third round he really hit a wall. So then this last system that we're going to be really using, we'll still be using the other system, the anaerobic lactate system, but this system now is the aerobic energy system, and it really relies on oxygen. So like the other 2 systems where they use ATP, adenosine triphosphate, it's a molecule that your body naturally produces it. Now that's why the importance of supplementing with creatine is extremely important, because your body then uses that creatine to reproduce more ATP, and it's extremely important for athletes. Anyway, that's for another video. I don't want to go too complicated with that, but Liam is now actually doing really well this round. So we've been using up all the different energy systems, and he's really mainly using 2 energy systems here now. So as well as that, the aerobic energy system lets the lactate system recharge so that you can use it again. So the round 2 should be actually feeling a lot better in his lungs, and his body should now be adjusting to the circuit. So he's getting on really well here. Again, like I just said in the last round, his mobility is becoming a lot better. When I first started videoing him, his knees were collapsing in, his back was all around it, and we are struggling a wee bit to get the weight overhead, but we're not really in much danger here because we're actually using a very light weight, and the safety is remaining really high here. So we're trying to limit any injuries that a young fighter may pick up by lifting too heavy a weight. So just taking it nice here. Breathing a lot better there. When I was talking to him in the video, I was trying to get him to really relax his breathing, big breaths, and he's saying there that he needed a wee longer break because he thinks he's going to fatigue this last round. Which did happen. He really struggled the last round, and after the circuit he had to lie down on the ground because he was extremely tired. So this last circuit here, again we'll be really using that aerobic energy system now. We'll be really starting to fatigue in the body now. I'll be starting to produce lactic acid, which is also an energy source that your body can use, but then you have to find a way of buffering that so it doesn't burn too much, so that he's in a lot of pain here. His legs are giving in, and in a fight, this is pretty much what you'll be going through in a fight. It gets really demanding on the body, the lungs, and you're trying to give max effort for them short rounds. As an amateur boxer, there's not a lot of time to really convince the judges that you have won the fight. So the importance of using like circuits like this here for young amateur fighters is unbelievable. And like the workout doesn't last that long, like 6 minutes, and he's done. So onto the Prowler. Look, you see his legs literally was caving in. His legs were caving in. He even admitted that after. He said his legs were completely wrecked, and this is something that he has been struggling with in fights. He has been complaining about, fatigued legs and really feeling that lactic acid burning up, and it's something we have to really control and manage within these circuits, is being able to buffer that and being able to continue the fight and giving maximal effort. So the last exercise moves on to the thrusters, and we're just looking at his form here basically. So I think on the video I was trying to explain to him, don't go too deep, try to just keep your knees from caving in, and try your best to get the weight over your head, and that's what we were really aiming for. So that pretty much rounds up the video. Liam will be finished off a couple more reps here, and then that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, all you have to do is like, subscribe, hit me up with a message, or you just want to know anything else, or you want to see more videos like this here, just comment below. I believe that with the level of coaching and the experience that I have now, I believe we can take young amateur boxers to the next level, especially in Ireland, because we're such a high level in boxing. The standard is really high as amateur fighters. I believe putting the science into the training, especially at this young of age, introducing more weights and introducing all these different types of energy training will really improve the fighter's overall ability. So thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and again, feel free to share, like and subscribe. Thank you.